Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie. I am the creator of Beyond the Veil Yoga. I just want to do a quick little intro before we get into the flow, as this is my first longer form content YouTube video that I'm posting. I started my 200-hour yoga teacher certification course in January of this year. And then in February, I created Beyond the Veil Yoga. So my intent for this channel was combining kind of my personality along with my passion. Obviously, I'm a bit more into the alternative scene, but I also love yoga, and I feel like there's not much of a space for the alternative community, in yoga spaces. I mean, of course, everyone's welcome in yoga classes, but they're typically a bit more bright colored and beigey and very, kind of more lighter energy, and that's completely fine. Everyone has their own vibe, like total respect for that, but I like more of a darker aesthetic, and I have a bit of a darker personality. So I figured there's probably other people out there like me. And that's kind of when I came up with the idea to create this community on YouTube to share my knowledge of stretching and yoga while also creating, a community for the more alternative people, community. I don't know. I couldn't think of the right wording there. I feel like I was starting to get redundant. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. So I am still working on my certification. Probably have that finished in a couple months. But anyways, so since February when I started my channel, I've just been posting 1 or 2 shorts a week, kind of just to get over that initial fear of posting on YouTube and being seen. Just kind of also to develop my brand and my aesthetic and just kind of see what works. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to start posting longer form content every week. That is the goal, but I'll be honest with y'all, my life's a bit crazy and busy right now. I'm a full-time graphic designer. I'm an equestrian. I'm, of course, working on my yoga course. I also study some other topics, and I'm working on this channel. So kind of a lot going on. We all have busy lives, but I'm going to start posting more longer form content. So with that, thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel and has been following along my journey. And thank you to everyone who's watching this now. I'm so happy that people are finding value in this content. So let's get started. All right, so we'll start in Tadasana and then bring our arms all the way up, down into prayer. Hinge at the hips and fold forward into our forward fold. Halfway lift. Press your hands into the ground. Step or jump back into high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. I had to be careful. Literally the first time I filmed this, I hit my head on that window. So don't have any walls in front of you. Okay, let's go into downward facing dog. You can walk it out or just stay still. And then we'll hop or step to the front of our mat into our halfway lift. And bring it all the way up, hands to the sky. Bring it down to prayer. All right, let's just do that one more time. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. All right, step or hop to the front of your mat. Lift all the way up. Reach your hands to the sky. Down to prayer pose. Okay, so we're going to fold forward again. We're going to step right back into our downward dog. And let's just hang out here for a second. Okay, and then bring your knees to the ground. And we're going to stay in tabletop and then just kind of make some circles with your hips to the right. Let's do 3 on that side and then 3 on the other. This might look or feel kind of awkward, and I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I definitely just got some really good hip hops from doing that. So, okay, let's go into child's pose. You can keep your legs kind of close together, or if you're feeling like getting a deeper stretch, I like to put my knees closer to the edge of the mat. Okay, let's just reach on the left side of our mat, kind of giving our back and hips a little bit more of a stretch. So let's go to the other side. All right, and let's come back up to our tabletop and then ease back into downward facing dog. And walk out the dog real quick and then lift your right leg all the way up. And then we're going to bend at the knee and just kind of draw some circles with our knee. We're going to do 3 times going forward. I think that was 3, maybe 4, either way. And then 3 times going the opposite direction. And you can straighten your leg back out. You can stay here for a minute, or if you feel comfortable with it, you can sort of externally rotate your hip and just stack your hips like this. Okay, let's bring it back down and go straight into the other side. So lift your left leg up, and then we'll start making those circles forward with our knee. Okay, and that was 3 times, I actually counted. And then we'll do 3 times in the opposite direction. And then lift your leg back up. And then again, if you want to, you can sort of turn your hip to the side and stack your left hip on top of your right. Okay, let's bring it back down. All right. Let's just go into child's pose for a second to kind of reset. All right. We're going to come up into tabletop and then transition into a high plank. We're going to start off with lizard pose. Let's bring our right foot to the outside right corner of our mat. And you can stay here if this is feeling good for you. Some people like to sort of roll onto the outside of their foot here. You can also drop your knees to the ground if that's more comfortable. Personally, I like to kind of press my forearm into my thigh and just press a little bit just to feel a little more pressure. If this is too much for you, please don't do it. All right, let's just reset the hips, go into downward facing dog, walk it out, shake it out if you need to, and then we'll go right to the other side. So bring your left foot forward. And again, you can stay like this, bring your knee down, or welcome to roll onto the side of your foot. If you really want a deep stretch, you can go down to your elbows, whatever you're feeling. Okay, let's bring that leg back. Just walk out the dog again. Okay, let's come down onto our knees. And you guys can keep facing the front of your mat. I'm personally just going to turn towards you so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to do our butterfly pose. Okay, so you can stay like this if you're feeling a good stretch, or if you want to feel a little bit deeper, you can press your forearms into your thighs. Don't press on your knees, just press into your thighs and just press a little bit until you're feeling more pressure. You don't want to feel pain, just a little bit of pressure. Just breathe into that. Okay, you're perfectly welcome to stay here, but it's within your practice and you want to go a little bit deeper, you can fold at the hips. Make sure you're not arching your back like this, hunching. Make sure you're folding at the hips. Go to where you are comfortable. All right, let's come out of our butterfly. Personally, with these hip stretches, I like to always just do a little windshield wiper just to kind of resituate your hips. I call it putting your hips back in place. Yeah. Okay, so for our next stretch, start with externally rotating our right foot. You want to have your left foot kind of parallel or however it's comfortable for you. And we'll just ease down into the hip socket and flex our left foot. I'm getting so many hip pops right now. And if you like something deeper or just kind of a balance challenge, you can take a bind by putting your right arm behind your knee, your left arm behind your back, and then intertwining your fingers. Let's just go up into a wide-legged forward fold, your toes pointing forward. If you want to, you can do just kind of a little ragdoll, just kind of swing back and forth, or just stay like this. And then we'll ease into the other side. So again, just kind of externally rotate your left hip. Seriously getting so many hip pops. Oh my God, I don't know if y'all can hear this. Okay, and then we'll flex our right foot up towards the sky. And again, if you want more challenging, you can take a bind. All right, and then let's slowly ease back into our wide-legged forward fold. If you'd like to take it a little bit further, you can grab your ankles or your big toes and just pull on yourself a little bit. Again, don't strain yourself, just go where you're comfortable. Okay. And let's ease back down to our knees. All right. So this next stretch, we'll start with our feet out. And then kind of put your right knee in front of yourself, left foot off to the side. And then we're going to just stack our left leg over like this. And honestly, this is a pretty deep stretch. If this is too much for you, please just do something lighter that feels good to you, or just hang out in child pose for a minute, whatever you're comfortable with. But if you are in this posture, you're welcome to just stay here and feel the stretch. Or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can bend forward, place your chest on your knee. Okay. And before we switch sides, that's a pretty deep stretch. Let's just do a couple rounds of windshield wipers. And then we'll move into the other side. So again, just pull our right foot over to the side. Pull your left foot over to the side. Left knee in front of you. And then place your right leg on top of the left, so they are stacked. All right, and again, if this is too deep, please do a stretch that's more comfortable for you, or hang out in child pose or downward facing dog. This is your practice. I'm just here to guide you. Okay, if you want something deeper stretch, you can fold forward at the hips, place your chest on your knee, and then we'll just hold here for a couple breaths. All right, let's slowly come on out. Again, of course, let's do our windshield wipers. All right. So we're going to go into a wide-legged forward fold and side folds. So just spread your legs out like that. You don't have to do this. Personally, I need a bit of a deeper stretch, so I kind of just push myself a little bit deeper. Literally, my hip just popped again. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Anyways, so let's just kind of rock back and forth a few times just to loosen up the hip joints. And then we're going to turn towards our left leg and then just lean forward towards our shin. And again, make sure you're bending at the hips. Don't hunch over like this. So if you're right here, that's completely fine. If you can go further, let's go for it. Weird dust. All right, let's come on out and just kind of rock back and forth a couple times. And then we'll do the same thing with the right leg. Just going to lean forward, hinge at the hips. And let's just take a few breaths here. All right, let's come on out, shake it out. And then let's go for our wide-legged forward fold. So you can just gently ease your hands forward. Again, bending out the hips. Go all the way down if that's where you're at in your practice. Do some windshield wipers, put our hips back in place. You can do these however fast or slow you want. I feel like I do them kind of fast. Okay, and let's move into our last couple of stretches. We're going to do pigeon pose. So let's go into a high plank position and then bring our left knee forward, bend at the knee, and then we're going to come down with our back leg. Now, and this position can be a bit challenging. So if you need to have your knee completely bent like this with your foot closer to your body, that's totally fine. You may have it more at a 45-degree angle or a full 90-degree angle. Wherever you're at, that's okay. And we'll just hang out up here for a few breaths. You're welcome to stay here, or if you like to go deeper, you can lean forward over your leg. All right, let's lift back up. Come into our high plank again. Kind of bend your knees if you need to sort of adjust your hips. And walk it out, and then we'll just go ahead to the other side. So bring your right leg forward, bend at the knee to wherever you are comfortable, and then come down with your back leg. And let's stay here for a few breaths. And again, you're welcome to stay up like this, or you can bring your chest forward and lean towards the ground, however far you can go. All right, let's lift on up. Come into a high plank and then downward facing dog. Walk out the dog. Just stay here like this, completely still. All right, let's just step or hop forward to our mat. Rise all the way up. Lift your arms all the way to the sky. Down into prayer position. Just going to finish off with a quick round of sun salutation. So let's just go ahead and lift our arms up again, down to prayer pose, forward fold, halfway lift, step, hop back into a high plank, chaturanga dandasana, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Step or hop in front of your mat, or rise all the way up, lift your hands to the sky, and down into prayer position. All right, let's make our way down our mats and just finish off our practice with a couple minutes in Shavasana. Honestly, before I started studying yoga, I wasn't even a big fan of Shavasana. It felt like pointless to me, but it can really help your nervous system process all of the stretching you just did and kind of just let it sink in and let your body relax. Just sort of calm your mind after the practice. So I'm going to stop talking now. You're welcome to end your practice here, or if you'd like to lay here with me for a couple minutes in Shavasana, please do. I will let you know when it's time to come out. All right. Start to bring some awareness back into our body. Start wiggling your toes and fingers, rolling your ankles and wrists. And just kind of moving your arms and legs around and opening up your eyes. All right, whenever you're ready, let's just sit up, cross our legs, bring our hands all the way up above our head, down into prayer pose. Namaste.